Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1957 Smith Corona Silent Super vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper, and the margins are above that. I'm going to set this left one around 1 or 2 and this right one around 75. That's about the length of a page, and you want to make sure that they're in between these two paper fingers. And you just set those on the edges of the page. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper bill. It's got 3 rollers that are adjustable. So it's got 3 rollers and 2 paper fingers, and that's when you know you have a luxury Smith Corona. And I like that. That looks good. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit the slide space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip that switch back. It skips 2, 1 more, it skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep it on single and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. You flip it all the way down, there's a red dot there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a red dot there. Just lets you know you're printing the bottom portion of the ribbon. You have it in the middle. There's a white dot. This doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it on top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. So we're going to move that down to red and print a sentence. Very nice typing machine. This is the top of the line when it comes to Smith Corona portables, pretty much. There's a few other models, like the Sterling and the Super, and this is the Silent Super, so it's the 3rd upgrade. And it's not silent, obviously, but it's quieter than the other models. To pull the page out easier, there's a switch on the right side here. Flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier. Load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. I don't remember, but I think there's also 2 more models. There might be a Super, just a regular Super, and then a regular Clipper. So on those models, it's just a little bit less functions on it, and a different flow when it comes to the functions. I'm gonna put these down for now. Shift on each side and the shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again, backspace above that, works good. Tab on the right side of the keyboard. This has a key tab set. So right now we got 1 set right there. So we're gonna clear both of those. So we're just gonna hit the tab button and hit the CL button right next to it. And then go to the next one and hit the CL button. So now we're gonna set one somewhere in the middle, like right here, by hitting the set button right there like that. And now when you hit the tab, it goes to that spot. And you can set as many tabs as you want on this model. I like to keep one in the middle, so that way when you hit that tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear. This has a good drag on it, but most typewriters will slam a lot harder than that. So MR right next to the tab is the margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, it'll block you from typing, and if you hit that margin release, it'll allow you to go all the way to the end or until you get stuck on the paper finger. We're going to put the color back up to print black. Open the hood, all the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling to the right. And if you want to switch the direction, this little lever on the left side above the backspace, push it up, it'll pull counterclockwise to the left. Push it down, clockwise to the right. That's the way we want it. Touch control right above the backspace here inside. Low to high. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. They do respond faster, but you got to hit them a little harder for them to print. Got a carriage release on each side, and it's got these nice carriage releases that are made out of metal, so they won't break off. Very smooth carriage. About as smooth as it gets when it comes to Smith Coronas. Very nice. And this is the carriage lock. You lift it up and you put it in the middle. It'll lock the carriage, so when you have it in the case, it doesn't bang around in there, causing wear and tear and damage on your escapement, also called the escapement throwout. And to unlock it, you just move the carriage to the right. This is the left carriage release. Very smooth. And if you pull this lever out of that knob, it'll disable the spacing when you turn the knob, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is 1 space. And the same concept with this lever on the inside here. Move this out of the way. Push that down, it'll disable the spacing. You push it up, you get the clicks. And this set and end inside of the platen there is the page gauge. So if you, right now I have it perfectly set right there. I believe that's where it is. Right underneath the 11, if you set it there, and you load the page right where that is, it'll let you know when you start getting towards the end of the page. And if you look at the end, you got 2 inches there, 1 inch, and then the pages. So it's an indicator that you're getting close to the end of the page. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.